What's up, guys? It's Kyle with Variety and Errors. Thanks for coming to a new video here on the channel. Thank you for being part of the giveaway if you were. Keep an eye out for the next ones to come. But let's get right to it. Just an insane amount of money was just seized recently by the... hold on. Let me adjust myself a little bit for this. An insane amount of money has been seized by the U.S. Secret Service, along with the cooperation of the Peruvian National Police. But the Secret Service, of course, does more than just protect the President of the United States. Big officials and stuff. They actually do things such as sting operations on counterfeiting rings. So, if you weren't aware, Lima, Peru specifically, but Peru in general, is a huge counterfeiting location in the world, if not the largest one in the world. There's a lot of reasons for this. Main reasons are the purchase and trade of an item called an offset printer is heavily overseen by the Secret Service and counterfeiting units throughout the world. But in Peru, they have an open market for it. So essentially, you can just have. I mean, it's like ridiculous amounts of fake things that come out of Peru. Passports, driver's licenses, national ID cards, in this case, counterfeit money. So the U.S. Secret Service seized $7.2 million in fake Federal Reserve notes. These were all $100 bills. We'll talk in a moment how they actually counterfeit the bill, but just let that sink in. It's a crazy amount, but the crazier thing to think about is $7.2 million in the grand scheme of things is like a tip at the bar to these people. I mean, so essentially I believe it's 4 to 6 gangs that operate in Peru, around Lima, that counterfeit quite a bit. I believe back in 2016 when they did a big raid back then, the U.S. Secret Service, they seized, I think it was $3.5 million, correct me if I'm wrong on that figure, but it was a few $1,000,000 back then. They believed to be the people they arrested. They allegedly thought they were part of a large gang called the Coyotes del Pacifico, but I don't think they ever proved if they were. It's neither here nor there. But they're one of the largest counterfeiting gangs in Peru. Now I believe there's about 4 or 6 gangs. Nevertheless, they counterfeit just an absurd amount in the billions of dollars of U.S. currency, let alone all types of currency found throughout the world. And they export it out through the black market. So they've even interviewed some of these guys, which is kind of funny to me, that work for these different organizations. It's said that, for example, a $5 million order of U.S. banknotes can be produced counterfeit-wise within a week and ready for shipment to that client. Essentially, you pay a fee. You would pay part of the face value that they're printing onto the bill. In this case, I think back when I read a couple different articles, it was like 15 to 30% of the face value, and then you would, get whatever fake currency. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's billions of dollars out there. This is just part of it seized, but $7.2 million is still a large amount. Well, why Peru? Peru, for example, like I said, their market is an open market for offset printers and the machinery to print bills and so on and so forth. Also, materials there that make up a bill, make up the paper, is also quite cheap in their country. Furthermore, essentially, one of their bills is almost same dimensionally speaking as a U.S. banknote. It also incorporates some of the same anti-counterfeiting measures that a U.S. banknote does, albeit slightly different. And essentially, they just wash them. I mean, they use probably, I believe it's an acetone-based chemical, and they wash off the portrait of, and they wash off I believe there's a falcon or something or another that's on there. They wash that off, and then they print over top of it, and boom, 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 they can pump out counterfeit bills. So it's a pretty crazy process. I don't know the complete ins and outs of it, obviously, as you can tell from my scientific rendition of how it's done. But to the point of the story is that, $7.2 million is just to show you the counterfeit bills are out there. They're on the market. They get seen quite often in those countries, of course. but also throughout the United States, North America, and so on and so forth, throughout England. Really any economy can see counterfeit currency come through their marketplaces. $7.2 million has been seized. Read the article on varietyandairs.com. The link is in the description box below. And keep a lookout for videos to come and a couple of interviews that we've done. Thank you, and see you in the next video.